Does it bother anybody else that the guy that was on the game operation was wide awake? Just wide awake and just staring at you like this as you removed his body parts? It's Monday. It's time for Gen X. That was just my first thought. I don't know why. It's been swimming around in my brain a little bit. Maybe because I'm demented. Get up. Do kids even build forts anymore? Like take those blankets and build a fort in the living room or in the bedroom? I don't know if they even do that anymore, and that makes me a little bit sad. Also, do y'all remember sleeping on them pallets when you was growing up? Now, I'm from the South. I'm country. That's what we called it when you put a blanket down on the floor, and that's what you slept on. It was a pallet. So if you had all your cousins come over or something like that, or you went to a sleepover, y'all didn't all sleep in the bedroom. You slept on pallets in the living room. That's where you wanted to sleep. Even at home, sometimes we wouldn't sleep in our bedroom. We wanted to make some forts and make a bunch of pallets in the living room, and that's where we'd sleep. You wake up in the middle of the night, it'd be dark, you'd be trying to go to the bathroom, just stepping over arms and legs, trying not to step on your cousin's head to go to the bathroom. But there's a lot of things that we did as a kid that is long gone. They don't do it no more. Like nowadays, these kids, with all their audacity, they want an iPhone. They want a cell phone. I'm sorry, what? When I was their age, you know what I wanted? What I begged my mama for, and I thought I could not live without, was that 64 pack of Crayola crayons with the built-in sharpener. That's what I wanted. Did I get that? No, I didn't get that. What I did get was them knockoff crayons. They weren't Crayola brand, and they didn't color nothing. Did you ever go over somebody's house, like spend the night at your friend's house or something, and you thought, these people are rich? First of all, they got that big, humongous, big screen TV. You remember the one that was huge in a big old box, and you thought, money bags over here. But then you went in the kitchen, and they had a can of that General Foods, a tin can of the cappuccino powder mix, and you're like, this is just, pardon, I beg your finest pardon, this is just the height of sophistication. And do they even make cinnamon flavored toothpicks anymore? Do y'all remember those hot cinnamon toothpicks that we had? We'd have them in school, just walking around with a toothpick in our mouth. That they probably won't allow that nowadays. But speaking of being in school, I am fully convinced that those kids that used to flip their eyelids up, you know what I'm talking about, and they get stuck like that, look real gross, and they chase you around. I'm convinced that the kids that used to flip their eyelids up like that, probably in jail now. And that's where you should be. I found that to be so disgusting, and that would just irk me out. And can we just start building cars out of that same metal that they used to build those old school metal Tonka dump trucks? Because that damn thing was indestructible. You could probably uproot your entire house and set it on the back of that Tonka truck and drag it across the yard. I'm convinced. Between that and those big wheels, outside didn't stand a chance. Do you have a scar on your body somewhere that you can point to and say that is the direct result from going 100 miles an hour on a big wheel, probably down a dirt hill? Because I can. Do you eat candy corn? I don't like candy corn, but I will say this. Candy corn gets slander every year. I'm talking about people can't wait to talk about candy corn. All the while, those trash circus peanuts just slide on by and nobody says anything. Some things taste like generic orange flavored packing peanuts. What even is that? What even is that made out of? And I saw somewhere that they're supposed to be banana flavored. Is that true? First of all, they're orange. Secondly, they're circus peanuts, which would make my brain think that they should maybe taste like peanuts or peanut butter, not bananas. Who's coming up with this? Do you remember watching the movie Grease as a kid and you thought, I'm going to grow up and be just like Sandy. That's what I'm going to be like when I grow up. Turns out, you morphed immediately into Rizzo. And I ain't mad. I ain't mad at it at all. Do y'all see these videos all the time where these younger kids are arguing with their parents? What? I come from the generation that when my parents said, because I said so, that was the end of the discussion. You don't get to question it. You don't get to argue. You want to keep all your front teeth? Who you talking to crazy? When they said, because I said so, that was it. End of discussion. If you ever said something stupid like, I'm running away, your mama would be in your bedroom before you were, helping you pack a bag. helping you pack a bag and saying things like, well, you'll be back when you get hungry. Y'all be good.